Welcome once again to Channel 18, and to my right is Peter Cobb, the director of the Harwich Town Band, and over to his far right is Dot Bassett, member of the group that supports the band, and then Peter Stamboni, who is one of the players in the band. He plays the
Trumpet.
I thought, yeah, he's an excellent trumpet player.
He is.
Yeah, and Peter, what's going on this year?
All right, well, we're very excited to be here, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages. This is the 40th anniversary season of the Harwich Town Band. And we're going to talk today about the wonderful concert season that we have coming up at Brooks Park this summer, starting June 30th. We're starting a little earlier, before the 4th of July. I want to show you this in honor of our 40th anniversary. The Friends produced a marvelous calendar, which is really the history of the band. You might be able to find these around town at the Chamber and maybe at the Historical Society. They're pretty well sold out, but if you could find one, it would be a marvelous keepsake for our 40th anniversary season.
It's going to be a collector's item.
It is a collector's item already. I think this is the one that I've got left. But anyway, a number of people in the band contributed the photographs to it. It's full of photographs, and it follows a calendar year and goes into the history. And a lot of people contributed to this, and one of our members, who's very good on the computer, put it together and had it published. So keep your eye out for this, but it's really a keepsake for a marvelous season.
Very good.
Now, as I said, we're going to start on June 30th. Our concerts are always Tuesday night at Brooks Park at the bandstand. And when I hear the bells in the churches in Harwich Center and Harwich Port ringing 7 o'clock, I give the downbeat and we start. So we start right on time. And halfway through, we have a march around for young people of all ages. And we put hats on, and march around. It's kind of it's not really an intermission. It's a lot of fun, and you can bring Dot's going to talk about what the Friends have there, but you can bring lawn chairs and blankets and a picnic supper if you wish, and we have other resources for food. Okay, some of the so 4 in July and 4 in August and 1 on June 30th. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we'll have at those concerts, previews of coming attractions, so that you can, but the concerts will be a little bit different every week. So really, you got to come to 9 concerts to hear the whole deal.
Just lock in every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
That's great.
Yeah, and Peter guarantees good weather, so Tuesday nights
Yes.
you can count on good weather.
Good weather.
He's got away with the man upstairs, you know. I wanted to say a few words. You hear Peter's director's perspective. I bring the perspective of a musician, and every time we've come here, I usually give $5 and have somebody say something nice about my trumpet playing. It's the only way it works.
Yeah, I hear you're a great trumpet player.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
where's the
there's
pay?
the $5. Okay, see me later. I owe you. But from a musician's point of view, playing in the band, there's a number of things that make this very appealing. One is the level of challenge is anywhere from sort of beginner to intermediate level up to some advanced level. So the musicians cover a broad spectrum. None of us are virtuosos. For the most part, we're students in the school system, whether it's middle school, high school, or beyond, or we're retirees who played as kids and then gave it up for 30 or 40 years to earn a living and then came back to it in our twilight years, I guess you would call it.
But salad days.
Salad, is that what's okay? Thank you. All right. We are trying to get the message out that we're always welcoming new members. And the important things relative to new members of the band is that there are no auditions required. The skill set, you'll find yourself fitting in at any one of many levels. And we really would welcome the opportunity to have new folks join us. Relative to how you might do that, I would suggest that you go on Google the Harwich Town Band. We have our own website, and there's contact information there that would enable you to get in touch with Peter and arrange to have you join us for our practices. The other thing I wanted to cover, because I think it's important, is that the spectrum of music that we play, there's something for all ages. It's not just the march around, but the entire repertoire. People that are in their retirement years that, excuse me, like the old swing band music, the big band music, some of the Broadway shows from back when, there's music for them. There's marches galore, which is one of the major stepping stones for the band, and there's also stuff for the kids. We do some music from Frozen and things that are more contemporary. There's audience participation. It's really something that you have to be there to really understand the beauty and the broad spectrum that we all enjoy playing to, and hopefully you enjoy listening to. That's kind of what I wanted to say for now.
Dot, do you have something to tell us about
I do.
the entertainment?
Yeah, I do. I happen to play in the band also. I'm a piano player, and the piano player doesn't get much opportunity to play in ensemble. And when I realized that with my knowledge of the G clef, that I could play an instrument called the orchestra bells and be part of the band, I was absolutely delighted, because it gives me an opportunity to be part of an ensemble, and the congeniality is just wonderful. And I echo everything that Jim has said about the spectrum of music. And the rehearsals are fun, and the band concerts are even more fun. The reason I didn't wear my band uniform this morning is
because I'm wearing it.
I did it on purpose because I represent the Friends of the Harwich Town Band. And we are we'll welcome members of the community to be part of the Friends of the Harwich Band. Music lovers, band lovers, and that's why I'm in so-called civilian clothes. We formed up a few years ago so that we could be a 401(c), which means we can apply for grants. In other words, to be able to attract more monies, to be able to do fundraisers, apply for grants possibly, to augment the band budget. Because, as everyone knows, it takes money to buy music, it takes money to support other ventures, which the Friends are looking into, putting instruments in the school system, possibly subsidizing master classes for some of our musicians. We have a lot of ideas for how to support the band. That's the purpose of the Friends. We have a refreshment table every Tuesday night. Our wonderful treasurer, Peggy Rose, who is a civilian, she's not a band member, she is behind the table with her mom, who loves coming, loves music, loves seeing the march around. I have to do a little PS on that march around. If you haven't seen it, it's worthwhile coming, because not only are the children involved, but also the parents and the grandparents. Yep. And we have a wonderful collection of hats, the most magnificent millinery creations that you've ever seen. Everyone is different and everyone is special. And it does make a very, very colorful addition every Tuesday night.
We've even had pets join us in the march around.
Yes,
that's right. I
yes.
mustn't leave that out. That's absolutely right.
Dogs are welcome.
Yeah. So the refreshment stand is there on Tuesday nights, and there are brochures on the table. There's an application for how to become a member. It's a very nominal fee. We're having a meeting. The Friends of the Harwich Band are having a meeting here at the Community Center tomorrow night. Excuse me, Thursday. Tomorrow night. It is tomorrow night,
Yes.
June 11th at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure when you'll be viewing this broadcast, but if it's in time, come to our meeting. Just come and see what the Friends are all about. It's your community band. We are a very good band. It's a real slice of Americana, and it would be wonderful if we could have some more community members involved. Thanks.
So Peter, you're going to tell us a few things that you're going to be playing?
I'm going to tell you about that. I'm just going to add one thing to Dot's wonderful presentation. At the refreshment table at the concerts, we will be selling keepsake holiday ornaments that have a nice ribbon on it. It says 40th anniversary.
Oh, very good.
And we'll be selling those all through the summer. So those will be available. That'll be great. I'm going to say a little bit more about the music that we're playing. Jim mentioned that, and he is a wonderful trumpet player, by the way, and I'll take the
Another $5 for
Another
you.
$5.
Losing proposition.
Nobody said anything about my playing.
And Dot plays bells, and The nice thing about the bells is you hear it, they're high and they ring, and you hear them above all else. And it's just, and she's a wonderful pianist, and she barely misses a note. And
Is
if
that
she
a $5?
does,
That's a $5.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
$5. We'll be playing some fun pieces, as he mentioned, marches, musicals. A couple of the musicals we're gonna do. You will recognize South Pacific, Camelot. We've got a wonderful arrangement of Mamma Mia, Jesus Christ Superstar, The Fantastics. You'll hear a lot of it, especially if you come to more than one concert. We're also playing a piece by Strauss, which is called A Thunder and Lightning Polka. It's known as Strauss's noisiest polka, and I'll leave it to you to imagine how we portray the thunder and the lightning, but the weather will, believe me, the weather will be there. And then we have some specialty concerts moving right along. I call them specialty concerts. The first one is a specialty when it's the Red, White, and Blue Spectacular. All the patriotic songs that we have in the repertoire and audience participation, saluting our men and women who have been veterans or who are veterans or about to be veterans. On the 7th, which is our second concert, we're having the young recorder players, for whom the Friends got a grant to buy recorders, and they'll be playing. They come from the Harwich Elementary School, 3rd grade, and they're wonderful, and they'll be there with their teachers. On the 14th, which is our third concert, the Barbershop, a very large quartet will be singing. I'm privileged to sing in that too, but they put up with me, and they have them in front of the bandstand, and we'll be singing some marvelous barbershop songs, and then the band plays, and then the barbershop sings, and then the band plays. It's really marvelous, and that'll be in the paper. And Mike Dunford is coming. He joined the band when he was 10 years old. We've got a picture of him in the calendar, and he's now about just turned 50, I think, and his mother is head of our percussion section, Roz Dunford, and he'll be with us on August 4th. And one other person, I can't tell you when it's going to be, but Jonathan Ford is coming. He's an 11-year-old young man from Harwich, and he just won a contest on Mother's Day in New Jersey, came in first in the country, solo Irish tin whistle.
Wow.
And he's going to Ireland with his sister, who also won the concert this summer. Now, he'll be there for a couple of concerts, and he'll play with the band. We have some Irish songs that he plays with, and he plays separate things. He does it all by year. So that's some of the previews of coming attractions, and I want to thank the Recreation Department in Harwich for sponsoring us. They give us lots of support, not the least of which is the town maintenance department comes and helps us set up, and we get a financial stipend every year from the town, which helps us in addition to what the Friends do. And I have to say one thing in closing. No, I have to say one thing, is that the band is just a marvelous group of people. 2 of them are up here now, and the rest of them work very hard. They've been working very hard since March on practicing these rehearsals, and we have a few that come in. They come in a little later, but they've had their music and they practice. We've got a horn player from Minnesota, a trumpet player from Florida, a trumpet player from Arizona, a tuba player from New Hampshire, and you get the picture. They all, pieces of the puzzle fall together, and they come, and they're all wonderful musicians. And I can't tell you, I've only been with the Harwich Town Band 10 years. This is my 10th year. And
10 years?
10 years it's been, yeah. It's just flown by. And my wife Sharon plays percussion in the band, and we just love it. And I just can't tell you, you've got to come and hear it. The spirit of this band, the musicality, and it's just an absolutely wonderful group to have been associated with in 10 years, and I hope we have 10. Hope we have 10 more, at least 10 more. We'll
Peter,
see at the 50th.
Can
yeah.
I sneak in a PS that I forgot to include? when I was
Absolutely,
talking?
sure.
We had a fundraiser trip recently. That's another thing that the Friends did to try to add to the treasury, and we had a very successful cruise to Bermuda. We had 12 people in attendance, and it enabled us to put $360 into the treasury, so we're
That's
happy
wonderful.
about that. And last fall, we did a one-day trip to Boston to Symphony Hall to attend an open rehearsal of the Boston Symphony Orchestra. It was very successful, and people want to do it again, so we are going to try to do that again. There is a
Great.
date in October that I'm working towards, so the publicity will get out on that, so keep your ear peeled for that. Thank you.
Great.
And
Well-
if I could say one more thing, because
One more thing.
yeah, you know,
There you
who's
go.
got to
Yeah,
get the last
yeah,
word?
both,
you
both
know?
of us. One more thing.
You know, we should mention, you know, we'd love to have you people come out on the Tuesday nights. Absolutely. It's just a beautiful experience. If you can't, they do televise our concerts regularly throughout the summer on Channel 18 Harwich. So by all means, if you can't make it, you can still enjoy some of the music, maybe not the atmosphere, but the music by tuning into Channel 18. So.
Well, thank you
Commercial.
for that plug.
That's
very
great.
good.
Yeah.
That's very good. And thank all of you, and
Thank
best
you.
wishes for continued success.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.